Okay, hello everybody. We're going into part 4 of our pump assignment. So now what we want to do in this exercise, you need to add some intelligence here. Um, so we're going to add design data into this connector. So we're going to just show you the best practices for putting your intelligence into your pump family. So here we are. So this is the one we've been working on. So there's three connectors I want to place on here. Electrical connector and two pipe connectors. Okay, and conduit connector, we'll do that later. So let's get right down to it. So from the create tab, and we want to go down to the connectors panel. Let's drag this out here. Okay, okay, so we want to hit electrical connector, and we want to do some placement, and we want to select top face. So this gives you connectivity to the electrical supply in the model. So it's okay. Now we want to add two pipe connectors here. So let's select, zoom in here, make sure we have the face. And we'll go and add face on this one. So that's really all you need, but let's add some intelligence now. So click on modify and select the connector. Now in the properties palette, you got a lot of parameters set adjusted to this connector. So this is a single pole connector. So we won't be able to change this if I do this here. Okay. So let's fix this so we can have multiple types. So what we'll do is we'll click on family types. Okay. And these are all our parameters. And as you know, we don't have anything in the. Okay. So let's just move on. So what I need to do now, I need to link this to a specific parameter, the number of poles. So I'll select this guy here, and then we'll add a new parameter, and we'll call this number of poles. What we're doing is making this a type parameter so we can change it, and it's always going to be type. And it's electrical parameter, and it's number of poles, and it's grouped under electrical engineering. So we'll say OK, and then OK again. So now we see that the number of poles is locked, and the only way we can change it now is in the electrical types. So we can change it here to anything we want. Okay. So now let's do that with the rest of the parameters. So let's go down to select we're going to go load classification. We'll select the new parameter, and we'll call this load classification. Click OK. Okay. We're going to leave load sub classification blank. We can add voltage. Okay. Okay again. And the parent load. Hit OK. Now, for the power factor, we'll also add a parameter. Okay, we just want to go through all these. Okay. So now here, this isn't a utility, so we will add a description. So we'll call this pump electrical connection. And we click, then we click apply. Okay. Now let's go in here, shift in here. Now let's go in and turn our attention to the pipe connector. So let's just shift this guy around here so we can see what's happening. So let's select these both. Okay. Now, so we can select both of these and change the common parameters basically at the same time, if you like. So let me select this guy. Okay, 1 second here. Get this one. Okay, now, so we remember we had our radius here. So now these parameters are identical for the most part. So as I got them both to the left, I could change the common parameters at the same time, like the radius connection here. So I'll select the builder block here. Now from the previous exercise, the diameter was F. So we need to make a radial parameter. So we'll call this one FR. And then we'll click OK. Okay. Now, there are other parameters here that we can change at a global setting. So one would be the flow. So let's select the flow. Okay. We add a parameter. Call this flow. Click OK. And OK again. Now we want to look at okay. Let's just look here for a minute. Now here we want to look at slope adjustments. So we may or may not want to change this or set this, but I think we better go ahead and look at this. We'll see what happens with that when we place this and test the center model. So we'll take this box here and we'll go ahead and say, we'll just add a parameter here and we'll call this slope. So we'll do slope adjustments. Okay, so and then click on OK, and then do it again. Now next we want to look at the flow configuration. So we'll select here and we need to know is it present, preset, is it fixed? So so direction, we're going to leave that blank here. Well, I don't want to put the flow direction in here. Uh, we'll say N for the flow direction. Okay. And then allow slope adjustment. I think there we want to set this for specific loss. Loss method is going to be specific. Okay. Now we can link a pressure drop here to another parameter. So let's take this guy here. We want to add a parameter. Let's call this pressure drop. I know some of you guys, I know the beginning people are thinking like, wow, what's going on? I'm just doing this for an MEP friend of mine in Australia. It's also why it's metric. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I guess it's why not? What the hell? Okay. Now let's look at these connectors individually now. Let's see what happens. Now when I select one of them, I can use this now option. I had this linked connectors. I can link these now. So if I select the next one, same thing. I can link the connectors. So now what happens is I can take this guy now and I can reassign this connector as the primary connector. Okay? So what we're going to do is we have this selected and we'll reassign this as the primary, and then we can link them. And now let's see. Let's just shift this around here. I don't think that's okay. See, I need to have those linked. So let's go here, let's try this again. Let's select this guy. This is going to be our primary. Okay. And then I want to link these two together. Okay, hang on a second. Something's not right here. I want to link these guys together. So basically what you do is okay, so the link connectors I can reassign now. So the second one, I can reassign this as the primary connector. Okay. See what happens here. Let's see. Reassign primary. Okay. And I'll select this one. Link connectors. Okay, I don't have these guys. Okay, there it is. So now they're linked together. And that's why you see these arrows here. And now that means information transfer will flow through each connector. We're a little stuck there, but okay. So these arrows will show the points where the connections will be connected to and the flow areas. So it's basically showing the liquid flowing in and then on this side it shows where the flow is going out. And we can give these descriptions as well. So let's give these guys descriptions. So let's select this one here and give a description. Let's call this pump outlet. How about that? Okay, and this one, this will be our pump inlet. Okay, now we can look in our family types and notice that we've got a variety of different parameters set here. So, okay, let's carry on, finish this up, because I've got to go to work. So on our FR, we want to show that for FR, yes, we want to say that F is divided by 2. And somebody can come and tell me what that is if they like. Why I'm asking that question. Why is it F divided by 2? You can put it in the comment section. That's a little quiz. Okay. Well, it's basically the same reason why we changed this guy here. Okay. But anyway, let's move on. Now, let's finish this guy up. Okay, let's apply this. Say okay. You see the size of the pipe connectors change size. So now we can go back into our family types and we can enter data now. So the voltage, okay, Australia, I'm doing this for you guys, Adam or Macca. Voltage down there is 240. And yep, if I remember, if it's not, you can change this to what it is. Okay. So we got our poles and everything there. Okay. Now let's go add our load classification. Mm, oh, I'm sorry. I want a load classification here. That's what we need here. So let's go back. Okay, there it is. Now, our load classification, we need to be really doing this US. I don't think my guys are ready for this quite yet, but we'll do it in English. I don't know these values here. I think we might be able to skip this if we want. So let's just put it in for you, Adam, and you call me or email me about this. So our load classification will go power here. Yep. Yeah, this load classification would be HVAC and okay. And then, yeah, I think we're ready to go. So now this is done. Apply, okay. Now this is done, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. We're gonna, the next exercise, we're gonna go and to test this into our models. If you can see the time, I don't have time right now, but yeah, uh, MEP people, this is how you do a MEP calendar. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. If anybody have any questions or comments or any new ones out there, subscribe. I'll be going on doing this every day, and subscribing helps me out a lot. Thanks for watching and bye.